Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the vlog.
I'll let that one slide.
Parabolas.
It says
It says parabolas.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like and subscribe, comment down below if you want to see more.
Okay. Guys, I will not review otherwise. And we just continue 10.4.
I think you spelled parabola wrong.
Yeah.
It's hard, you know, I can't read it right.
All right. When it comes to parabolas, we look for a couple of things. We're going to get the vertex. We're going to get the focus. There's only one focus here, so we call it the focus. And we're going to get the directrix.
Where?
And the directrix.
I'll step on it. No, I'll step on it.
I'll wait, guys. Okay. So, remember the generic version? Yeah. It is y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. That's the generic version.
So it's 3, -5.
So when we get the vertex, we got to make sure to flip the signs because it's a negative in the equation. So 3, -5. Now in this case, the x is in the single power. Because x is in the single power, that must mean I'm going left and right. So the focus is going to be, the generic version, I guess, for the focus, would be, since I'm adding it to the x, it's going to be h plus p, comma k. So the k stays the same, but the h is, or the x value is changing. Now, before we could even do that, we need to know what the p value is. In order to get the p value, it's 4p, and this is -2. So 4p equals -2. P equals -0.5. Which means I'm going to take 3 and plus the -0.5. And if you keep the negatives and positive correct, you don't even have to think about left and right. It'll graph out naturally correctly. So there's going to be 2.5, comma -5. It is negative, so it's going to go to the left. Now the directrix is the same thing, but because it's x equals h minus p. So it's the opposite direction of the focus. So if I add, or I subtracted 2.5, in this case, I'm going to add 2.5. So it's going to be, for this one particularly, x equals 3.5.
That's the only point you need to grab.
What's up?
That's the only point you need to grab. Is the focus.
No, you're graphing everything. Everything I tell you, you're going to graph with it. Okay.
Mr. Goble?
Yeah. What's up?
If the x was squared, it would be p comma k plus h, no, h comma k plus p.
K plus b, yeah.
Right.
The k would be moved, you know, the y value would be moved. Okay, so then it is 3, 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Put a dot here. This is your vertex. Your focus is 2.5. So your focus is going to be a little bit to the left. Knowing that your focus is a little bit to the left, you know for a fact it's going to go this way.
This is where we can make it as thick as we want.
Sure, yeah. And then over here, it's going to be a dotted line right behind the parabola or below the parabola at 3.5. Okay. So you know you graphed it correctly if your parabola is going away from your dotted line. Okay. That's the graph. That's what you need. Any questions on that? Okay.
Can you do an example where like it's not in that form?
Absolutely. So let's do one where you have to complete the square.
And can you do it the other one squared? Like it's x squared, not 1.
Sure. So let's do -2x squared minus 4x plus y plus 70 equals 0.
Where's my absolutely?
What?
You said absolutely.
One at a
To
time.
Dylan, not me.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
So when you have this situation, when you're completing the square effectively for a parabola, what you need to do is solve for the square, which means you're going to get the square aspect by itself and then everything else to the other side. So what I'm going to do is rewrite everything as negative 2x squared minus 4x equals negative y plus 7 or minus 70. Okay. Now, before we want to complete the square, we're going to take out the negative 2 first. So we're going to factor it out. So it's x squared plus 2x.
Plus 4.
What's up? You could have done that. You could have done that. You could have done that.
Yeah, but it's just wasting a whole row if you don't add the 4.
Okay, wait, see, I 3 squared over 2 never.
Wait, 2 divided by.
It does here.
Like, oh, it's
One, right?
B is 2.
Yeah.
2 squared is 4. over 2 is 2 squared, then it's plus 2.
No, half
Oh,
of
it's
2 is
No, it's
1, then
4.
square that is 1.
Oh,
So plus c, if you do plus c over here, remember you need that negative 2 in front. So cut that in half. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then square it is 1. So it's 1, which means this is going to be a plus after you cut it in half. Yes. Okay. So negative 2, we're going to reduce this to x plus 1 squared equals negative y minus 72. Negative 2, right? 72.
Wait, why is it -2 from?
Negative 2 is from the number in front. Huh? Okay.
Can you pull out a negative?
Remember our generic version.
Can you pull out a negative of the-
Yeah, give me a second. The generic version is x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. So we don't want anything in front of the y, and we don't want anything directly next to the y, and you don't want anything here. So the first thing I would do is take out a negative 1,
It's just a half.
which is y plus 72.
I don't actually understand this.
I know, right?
Then,
When do I understand anything?
guys, then because this negative 2 is in front, I don't want it to be here compared to my standard form. So I'm going to do negative 2. Since the negative 1's on the outside, I'll take on the negative 2. So your final answer, x plus 1 squared equals 1/2 y plus 72. That's it. That's in standard form.
Now,
Now you could graph it. We already practiced the graphing, but it would be up and down, yeah. But this is like plus 72. I'm not going to ask you to graph something like that. It would be something reasonable. All right. Let's go to the next one, which is when I give you a coordinate points or I give you some information. I have to tell you it's a parabola first. But let's say if I told you the vertex, no, let's mix it up. Let's do the directrix is x equals 7. And then your focus is 11,3. Make the equation would be the instructions.
Well, it's F equals, so.
Okay,
Y squared. Yeah, Y squared.
Okay. Since it's s equal, that must mean we're moving along the x-axis. So that means it's going to be the x by itself, or vice versa, the y squared. So y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. We know this is our goal. Now, with this, I need a k, I need a h, and I need the p-value. So first, let's figure out what our h and k is.
If the y is the bigger one, then you subtract that.
No, it's not bigger or smaller, this one, not at all.
What?
The directrix and the focus, remember how it always looks like if you have a focus and a directrix, the vertex is always completely in the middle between your focus and your directrix. Which means
We need to find P. But we need to find P.
Directrix.
11.
so 7,
Plus 11 divided by 2.
yes, you want in between 7 and 11. So 7 plus 11 divided by 2, 18 divided by 2, 9. So your center, or I'm sorry, this is not a center, this is a vertex. For your vertex is going to be 9, comma, and the 3 stays the same. You did not go up or down. You're going,
And then you can plug that into H and N.
Wait, do you need to find P now?
you need to find P, but P is pretty easy. It's going to be the distance, remember, between here to here. So remember, it's 9 plus P equals 11. So P must equal 2. And then, so you plug in 2 over here, you know? So then your final answer, y minus 3 squared equals 8, x minus 9. Because 4 times 2. Not at all.
What about if you have like the directrix and the vertex? Or are you always gonna give a test this way?
If you have the directrix and the vertex, it's actually kind of easier. You already have the vertex, right? You don't even have to define H and K. And then the directrix, just to remember, when it comes to the directrix, it's H minus P. So if you want to find the P value, that's fine. All right. What was the next one? Ellipsis, but go ahead.
Is it on the test, is it that you're going to give us the directrix and the focus, or you could give us anything?
I could give you out of 2,
Focus and vertex also.
yeah, I could give you 2 out of 3 from the focus, the directrix, or the vertex, focus, or directrix.
Are you gonna give us those solutions?
No, nor that doesn't even apply to this section. So
That's so embarrassing.
Can you give us enough stuff?
you need enough information. That's true. That's not the no. Well, okay, I hear what you're saying.
It's no way
All right.
determined.
So this is ellipsis.
Cannot
Not
be
enough.
determined.
Not
Okay.
X plus 3 squared over 16 plus y minus 1 squared over 4. Good job. Equals 1. And this one, you're going to need to find the center,
-3, 1.
major vertice,
Major. A lot of words.
minor vertice,
Center is
and what, the
-1.
foci.
Do I have to like label things because I know how to find all the points, but I'm gonna forget what it's called.
Yes. Okay. So here's the generic version. A is always the biggest and it happens to be under X. So our generic version or a general or a standard version, however you want to say it, X minus H squared,
The homework for this is asking for like the
a lot of other stuff.
major axis.
Major axis, that's major vertice.
That's the L.
It is also asking for vertices and co-vertices.
Major and minor, that's the same thing. Different wording. Mine will say major and minor, major or minor.
Minor axis.
It's the minor one. B squared equals 1. Remember, it has to equal 1. If it doesn't equal 1, you have to work on that, but the first one will always be straightforward.
3.5 of 7.
Okay, center. The center is going to be based off your X and Y. So it's going to be -3, 1.
And then you add 4 to -3 and subtract 4. from
So the major vertice, first off, you need to figure out that the A value in this case is plus or minus 4, I usually say, but 4 is fine. Then, since it's plus or minus 4, that means I'm going to add 4 and minus 4 from the X because it goes with the X. It's on the X. So -3 plus 4, so that's 1, 1. And -3 minus 4 is -7, 1.
And then for minor, you just do the same for 2 and with the Y.
So for minor, you got to use the B value. The B value is going to be plus or minus
You
2.
did it again.
You did it again.
What?
It's the D.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, yeah.
Do you like, you're just like.
I might be.
Why make fun of it?
Yeah, she has.
C and it's
Think of
like
it.
Hebrew.
B has a big
I actually
belly,
think I do
D has a big belly.
Because I mix up letters around.
So then plus or minus 2. So -3, 3, and -3, comma, -1.
I'm looking at it.
All right. The foci, in order for the equation to solve for the foci, you need to use the equation a squared minus b squared
Equals
c squared.
So 16 minus 4 is 12. Root of 12. No idea.
Well, what are you pressing minus the C2?
3
That's
point
where I was
something.
confused.
To, oh, so it's based off whatever you did to the major one. So since the major one was x, it matches. It has to do with x. So 3.5-ish.
So whatever A is.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
add it to A because the A is bigger.
So it's gonna be 3.5-ish.
You add it to X because the X is bigger.
In this one, yeah.
This is C almost. Okay. So then you gotta add it, yes, to the x because x is the major and you follow the major. So it's gonna be -3 plus 3.5. That's 0.5, comma 1. And then -3 minus 3.5,
You don't like you.
7 point, wait,
6.
6.
It's 3 and 3.
Yeah, you're right.
There's something about it that's
We
so
can rethink my entire knowledge.
6.5,
And it's just like a.
comma 1. Okay.
Yeah, stop. Embarrassing. I was using a filter.
Yes.
Really good. I don't know your camera.
Why would you want to take this?
Okay.
Because my hair is amazing. Yeah.
All right. Next one. We're gonna graph this. Once you get all the points, it's just literally putting points on the graph. -3, comma 1 over here.
It's a good thing you didn't hear mine.
Major vertices, 1, comma 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. -7, comma 1.
Oh, nice.
1, 2, 3. -3. Wait. No, I'm sorry. -1. Oops.
You have a textbook on them?
1, 2, 3 up. All right. And then your foci, don't forget to graph the foci, even though it doesn't affect much about this. So 0.5. No. That's the next one. Me, I left it somewhere. I don't know.
Like getting lost things, a loser.
Okay, these problems all have roots in them.
You
and, like,
really gotta
You're gonna do it an even number, right? Like.
I try to make it even, yeah. Unless I make mistakes.
Easily.
What kind of circle is that?
It's an.
Yeah, I would take off
Not
a
a
point
circle,
for
it's
that.
It looks like a
Really
fish.
close.
You take off a point.
I gotta be honest, it looks like a fish.
I thought it was like.
I don't know if that's a
You see
problem.
them. You've done the photo. Could you do more parabola?
Is that an ellipse? Like, what is
See, like, I
that?
know what you mean, but
It's a fin.
I don't know, I figured to go.
Exactly.
I would
I
take off 2
probably-
points for that.
Fish. Oh, it's so cute.
Out of.
But Haley would lose all her points.
Yeah.
Haley did that.
That's
That's
cute.
standard. That's the
Alright.
double standard. That's classic. Because you're a teacher and she's not.
Classes?
That's the best part, yeah.
Yeah, it's classes because she is a student and you're a teacher.
How classes?
You know what's so unfair? Public school gets a week off. Yeah. And we don't.
Are you?
Bro, you have a month off in the beginning of the year. Be quiet. We started school in October, okay? Like, let's be
No,
fair.
but honestly, it's just the worst because they make us come into those 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah,
just start
there's
school
no-
Yeah.
True.
Honestly.
So unfair.
It's not worth
Does
it.
anyone here Muslim?
Obviously not.
She wants 100%.
You don't want to be
No way. I was doing my homework.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I want
yeah.
to wait up.
Because I just got, I just stopped.
All right, let's do it.
I need any more problem.
So we take out a 3.
What is Friday?
This is the one where you gotta complete the square to find the equation.
And then it's X.
I have to tell you it's ellipse.
You take out 3 and then it's X squared minus 20X plus 100.
We'll leave it blank for now.
You wanna do the other one?
Because it would be 20.
Oh, you're doing your kid and I thought you were doing Y.
Oh my God.
Or
Y.
I
Plus.
sent you a picture.
No. Plus.
You have another parabola.
Yeah. 4.
No.
Okay, so that.
It's 4.
And these.
It's on Google Classroom also.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. Remember, you need to do plus, I use C sub X, especially you don't going to have colors on your test. And I have plus C sub Y. Remember, if I add C sub X here, I need to add 3 times C plus sub X
Plus 35.
And 35.
plus 35. Why did that turn red? Plus 35 CY. Okay. All right, so this one, negative 20 divided by 2 first is negative 10 plus 100. So that means I'm gonna do plus 300 here.
Plus 4.
And then over here, negative, positive 4 cut in half is 2, squared is 4. 4 times 35 plus 140.
You forgot a plus.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay,
It's just annoying that it comes back to 140.
it's not a surprise. 3 of, this is gonna be X minus 10 though, squared, plus 35 Y plus 2 squared equals
No idea.
4, what?
500.
525.
Yeah.
And then divide by.
Now remember, the result should be a 1, so you divide everything by 525 here.
So it's
So that
175.
one's
Oh.
15.
Never mind.
Okay, what is this?
175. Oh, yes.
X minus 10,
Yeah.
175, and then
15.
15 plus Y plus 2 squared over.
Equals.
You can have a basic calculator. And these numbers are too big. Yeah, keep it reasonable.
This is mine. No, the other one. Oh. It's,
You can't have graphing on your
But I'm,
calculator.
no, I'm saying this is fine, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, can I use like the root of it? Like, can I use 13 point whatever? If that's
Yeah, that's fine.
Does anyone have a digital watch?
No.
Like, no, not an Apple Watch. Yeah. Oh, it's
For
watch.
what? So you know what time it is? When are you gonna have time to look at the time?
Is it on a clock?
When I have time to look at the time.
Why do you want
So I
analog?
Like a
don't have
timer you need? Ask the Levines, they have timers like crazy.
I don't want a timer though.
They don't tell you I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Okay, whatever.
I'll
To
bring
get
you my
analog
extra
one.
one, I have to.
All right, I'm ready to move on.
Read those easily. Like I know how to read it, but like it
It's
takes
just-
a while.
When you're in.
Wait, for the ellipse, is the.
Yeah.
I like looking at analog, now
Why
they-
is it
it's
supposed to
like,
be
okay,
outside
it's
of the
9.5.
ellipse?
No, it should be inside the ellipse.
See, why does that happen?
Do you do a squared plus b squared or a squared minus b squared? Okay.
No, I just know that by my head.
Here I did A minus B.
This is a,
Seeing it.
Why, how do I know that's A?
because it's bigger.
So I just, that's what problem wrong.
Yeah, you just do 9 minus 4, it should be 5, right?
A is always gonna be the bigger one.
Yeah, A is always the bigger one.
Why has nobody said that?
Yeah, we did.
I just did this whole paper.
Okay, don't blame other people on your mistakes. You're
That's
talking.
true.
They're talking.
Yeah,
I am talking.
it's okay, but Michaela made.
It was your fault. I decided. He
All right.
really said, ask your neighbor if you're not sure. So I did. My neighbor was
Well,
wrong.
But my neighbor was right.
Somebody.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll start writing a problem here so I can just copy it.
I'm sending this in anyways.
That's fine.
Okay.
Did you learn from it?
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what I
so
could-
at the top, A equals our number.
Good? All right. So this is make the equation, we give it some information. So this will be still ellipsis, -6, oh wait, negative, let's do -4, -6,
I don't care.
comma, -16, comma, -6, minor vertices, -10, comma 2, -2, comma, -10. comma, -10.
I actually might bring a ruler because I cannot draw these accidentally in my life. Do not curse. So funny.
All right.
Don't say the N word.
This video is gonna be so long.
Oh, yeah. So,
Go ahead, Mickey Mouse.
so the major vertices. Guys,
Okay. Okay.
so for this one, first off, look at the major vertices. It's the x's that are changing. So we should know that our equation is going to look something like this. Where a is underneath the x because the x is the part of the major vertice.
Sorry, what's your notes?
All right, and this one, you need to find the h, the k, the a, and the b to fill that in for our equation. H and k is actually kind of easy in this one. For example, here in the major vertices, you can find what's in between -4 and -16, and that's going to turn out to be -10. But you can look at the minor. Hey, you should have known it's -10 because that's not changing on the minor one. And then on the other side, it's -2 and -10. You can find what's in between, but you should have noticed that's -6. That's not changing. So you could just use the information from the other half. So your center is going, or yeah, your center is going to be -10, comma, -6. Now we need to know the A. So I need a distance from -10 to -4. You could also do to -16, which is 6. So we're going to say plus or minus 6 here. And then for B, we need a distance from -6 to -2 or -10. So plus or minus 4. If your A and B should be bigger than B in this case for ellipse. If it's not, then you know your A and B is messed up or something. This is -10. This is -6. Well, now we just plug it into the equation. X plus 10 squared over 6 squared, which is 36, plus y plus 6 squared over 16 equals 1. That one was nice and easy. We didn't have to do with anything with the focus. But remember, if you have the focus or you're given something that you have to use the focus, the equation for the C value is A squared minus B squared equals C squared. So you might have a situation where I'm giving you a focus or something like that. Can anyone check how much time ago? 5 minutes? I will not start. I'll start the whole section for tomorrow or
Can I
something.
ask you to do a specific one on the worksheet?
Sure. To fill up the last minute. Go ahead.
It's number 5,
On this worksheet?
ellipses, yeah.
Number 5. There it is. X squared plus 9y squared plus 6x minus 90y plus 225 equals 0. All right, I'm gonna do it quickly, all right? Rewrite everything so the x's and y's are together.
What?
That's what Kira was saying.
Equals -225. Then factor out what's in common. Here, you don't need to factor out anything, but here I would need to factor out 9. Not what's in common, I apologize. What's in front of this square. I don't even care if it's common or not. I'll put parentheses here just to indicate that, but plus 9y squared minus 10y equals -225. Okay, I need the C value for X and I need the C value for Y. But when I add it to the other side, this is just 1, so you just do CX. While this one has a 9 in front, so plus 9CY. Okay, so this one, it's 3, cut it in half is 9, so plus 9. So you're gonna do plus 9 over here. And in here, it's 5, double it is 25, or square it is 25. Which means 9 times 25, 225.
I said that.
So x plus 3 squared plus 9y minus 5 squared equals 9. Again, we want the solution to add up to 1. So equals divided by 9 on everything. So x plus 3 squared over 9 plus y minus 5 squared. If you want to, you can write it over 1 to make it clear to yourself that the b value is 1 equals 1.
Thank you. I think I just said my no.
That's fine.
So I got like a decimal on the bottom.
Yeah.
You only put 6 on the list.
Did you do 9 times 25?
I just
Yeah.
thinking about.
Okay.
And then they just say, yeah, what is this conversation?
You're not involved.
All right. I'm going to stop recording.